Okay, stay here. Attend morning and evening classes.
Yes.
So if you are not decided, you are also not traveling. My request. I'm serious actually.
Devotees are coming from New York.
Who?
They are attending now. Yeah, coming.
No, they are coming, but these guys are going. No, I'm serious. Actually, I called 9 out of 10. They said they are traveling. Every phone call they said. Actually, we can hear, Prabhu, I called him. He said he's traveling. And, Mataji went and said they are also traveling. Janagaram, Prabhu, you're traveling? Wow. My humble request, bring you, if you have any dogs, bring them and put them in the temple and fill the temple. Your children, even if it is 1 year old, we have no problem. I'm joking. Okay, what is name? You're traveling?
No.
By Bhimeshwar. Traveling, huh? Where? Where? You have booked your tickets or not? Engagement is already there. Please. What is name? Prabhu's name? Actual name, bro, you're traveling? बाहर जा रहे हैं क्या long weekend? Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 1:30, 5 to 6:30. Maharaj, Chandramoli Maharaj is coming. Please come and attend. There is nobody here. Actually, his disciple is so upset. She stopped responding actually. Because I texted, everyone is traveling, what can I do? So Chandramoli Maharaj called. Actually I lied to him saying, Maharaj, accommodations are arranged. So this flyer gave an impression this retreat is only for your disciples. Our people are all traveling. I told. I need some excuse raise. So Maharaj said, no, I'm coming to be with all of you, So Maharaj will try now. Adilme Prabhu, you have to bring your 1-year-old son also, attend the class. Your daughter? Four. Okay, four. Four.
But
Like, you three.
here and there.
Five. Okay, five. Sorry. 5, 9, इधर ही 9 हो गया. आपका 3. हाँ? 4. 13. 4. 13, 4, 17. Please. You can bring Manjari also. So any cell phones are there, they can do that cell phoning here from here on. Shyam Kishore, Prabhu, can you tell our Bhakti Rukshas? And you're connected in Bhakti Ruksha? And yes, like Ramba's own disciples tell them that, So his godbrother is coming and attend. Bhimesh Prabhu is traveling, you're telling, tell all the Bhakti Rukshas, Prabhu, students, Ravinandan Prabhu. Prasadam free, ride free, accommodation free. Okay. Such Prabhu is also said he's not traveling. He's not decided yet. I said, don't decide. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. चरणारविंद स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद प्राचीकचर्य श्रोत्र गणेश अष्टोत्तर से तेसरे श्रीमद भक्तिसिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिंबल ऑल ग्लोरीज टू ऑल ग्लोरीज ऑल ग्लोरीज श्री करण श्री राम प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च दरिदानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदी गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिमित् कृपातमहं वन्दे शीघ्रोन्नतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनां नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे विशेषण्योदि पश्चात् देशतारिणे Actually, I removed my garland. One proper disciple came and asked me, "Why did you remove your garland?" And probably the garland is very heavy and proper never removed it. So then I said, I removed it, but then I got a feeling somebody will come watch this. Actually, anything you do, because world is global, some or you post this in the, we do not know, right? And the reaction will come after a few days, actually. So one time, Chetan Chan Prabhu flyer, we made a flyers. I don't make. Somebody made it and somebody posted in the internet. No names. Chetan Chan Prabhu came and gave a lecture, he left. But this flyer went spiraled around, went to one person. He wrote to me, how can you put Prabhupada in the down picture? How can you put Chaitanya Charan on the top? Actually, sorry, Chaitanya Chandra called me actually. Prabhu, who made this flyer, somebody's on my case. And I said, look, I don't know anything, and I referred you as a temple president, so you'll get a message. Ooh. And that first thing, unconditional apology offered to that person. That only increased the problems. So how can you do this? Don't you have the minimum common sense? So I said, I have not made the flyer, first of all. Until you call me, I don't even, now I'll go and look at the flyer. So I look at the flyer and I said, I'm sorry, So flyer is made and please forgive us. How long have you been in ISKCON? So you don't even know wow, amazing. So thing is, be very careful what you post actually. Tasyevam vadatah sapam srutva dvijakulaya vai srutva dvijakulaya vai Raghu pratyasrajachapam Raghu pratyasrajachapam Brahmadandam duratyayam Tasyevam vadatah sapam Srutva dvijakulaya vai Raghu pratyasrajachapam Brahmadandam duratyayam
Tasyevam vadata sapam Shrutva dvijakulaya vai Pratyakshachapam Guru pratyakshachapam Brahmadandam duratyayam
Tasyevam vadatah shapam
Tasyevam vadata sapam Shrutva dvijakulaya vai Prabhu pratyakshachapam Brahmadandam duratyayam Tasyevam vadata sapam Shrutva dvijakulaya vai Guru pratyakshachapam Brahmadandam duratyayam Tasyevam vadata sapam Shrutva dvijakulaya vai Guru pratyakshachapam Brahmadandam duratyayam
Tasya, his, Nandishwaras, Evam, thus, Vadataha, words, Sapam, the curse, Srutva, hearing, Dvijakulaya, unto the Brahmanas. Why? Indeed. Rugu. Pratyasrajat, made. Sapam, a curse. Brahmadandam, the punishment of a Brahmana. Duratyayam, insurmountable. Translation. When all the hereditary Brahmanas were thus cursed by Nandishwar, the sage Bhrigu as a reaction condemned the followers of Lord Shiva with this very strong Brahminical curse purport. The word Dhrityaya is particularly used in reference to a Brahmadanda or a curse by a Brahmana. A curse by a Brahmana is very strong. Therefore, it is called Dhrityaya or insurmountable. As the Lord states in Bhagavad Gita, The stringent laws of nature are insurmountable. Similarly, if the curse is uttered by a Brahmana, that curse is also insurmountable. But Bhagavad Gita also says that the curses are benedictions of the material world, are, after all, material creations. The Chaitanya Charitamrita confirms that which is accepted in this material world to be a benediction and that which is taken to be a curse are both on the same platform because they are material. To get out of this material contamination, one should take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, as recommended in Bhagavad Gita 7.14. Mamavya prapadyante maya metam tarandite. The best path is to transcend all material curses and benedictions and take shelter of the Supreme Lord Krishna and remain in a transcendental position. Persons who have taken shelter of Krishna are always peaceful. They are never cursed by anyone, nor do they attempt to curse anyone. That is a transcendental position. Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of everyone because I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. And one more thing is, if you have not made the travel plans, Chandramouli Maharaj is coming and doing a retreat, how to enhance bhakti based on instructions of a note of instruction. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you have not made plans, please come and attend in person and receive blessings. Correct. Actually, from this episode, we can take so many things. You know, we can take so many things actually. And how tiny problems will lead. Sometimes we have desires. Despite our attempts, they are not fulfilled. Sometimes a tiny desire, big thing, it is just like that solved. We are all the victims of our past destiny, you know. So, if only we knew a tiny mentality is very detrimental to my future, material or spiritual, we'll be a little careful actually. After all, Daksha, Lord Shiva didn't get up. And trust me, Daksha would not have thought whatever he is going to pronounce for next 3 minutes or 4 minutes would cost him life. If only he knew, he would not have spoken that. If only Indra knew, by not getting up, by not acknowledging Brihaspati's presence, if only he knew, it would create so many problems not only for him, but for all the followers, and especially his wife. He would not have done that mistake. What a price he paid. Tiny action, you know. If only we knew the power of spark, that spark can burn the entire state actually. We'll be very careful with our desires. How many of you know, I forgot, this Orange County. The biggest fire accident in the world happened in Orange County. By the time fire department realized that the county was burnt, actually shops, literally practically billions of dollars worth is gone. And they made a commission to find out the reason. They couldn't find out what triggered the. How many of you want to know the real reason? When they came to know, they were shocked. These two boys, they saw, why people go and see the Hollywood movies? First of all, 70 screen. Spend a lot of money. Sometimes a flight is burnt. Sometimes, that's how, why people see that effects. These two boys got a feeling, hey, we saw a huge fireball only on 70 screen. how does it look if we see that live? That's it. These movies, James Cameron, or I don't know their names, but Titanic, I don't know, James Cameron, right? $1 billion were spent. The movie, today movies are made by spending $1 billion. $1 billion. It's just an illusion. It was a story written by somebody, screenplay by somebody, and it'll impress you. If there is no sex life, definitely nobody will watch a live sex life. And everyone is affected, including our children also, including us also. Not that we are immune. To the extent you follow Vedic culture, that much extent you are protected. To the extent you don't, hey, there is a spark right in your home. You don't realize that. Because nobody eats just salad. In the name of prasad, we also eat nice things. And there is no hard work. Your body is not tired. That food is not converted into spiritual energy. Means be prepared. So, the movie producer would not have imagined our disrespecting, our holding grudges. We would not imagine what it is going to bring us. Then we'll be very careful. This is not a time pass story on Saturday evening Bhagavatam class. Our disrespecting, because we make our own destiny. How many of you are listening? Okay, everything is going on very well, even if I don't attend the class, even if I don't attend Mangalarti, even if I disrespect, we have our ego is there only to tell we are right anyway. And we feel we are very good because nobody is falling anyway. That's the thing. But nobody is happy either. And everyone is miserable actually. So coming back to the subject matter, Daksha cursed and left. Especially when there is a public display of anger, when there are groups, that is even worse. Different people analyze that situation in a different way based on the three modes. That's why different people analyze the same situation in different way and react in a different way. I want to definitely touch the pastime of Nityananda Prabhu becoming angry with Shivananda Sen. But they're all very super exalted Mahabharata devotees. Nobody reacted. But Nityananda Prabhu, संघर्षण कारण तो ऐसा ये गर्भोदसाय जपयसाय सकलास नित्यानंदाकरामं शरणमस्तु. If you really analyze this verse of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu is the origin of Sankarshan, Mahavishnu, Garbhodaya Vishnu, Kshirasa Vishnu. And when you look at him, means like that's why what very one has to live on the basis of platform of knowledge. Einstein says, what is intelligence? Please write it in your heart. I was meditating past 2 days. What is intelligence? Intelligence means the power to change. That is intelligence. Otherwise, Bhagavatam class, I have quoted slokas, but you don't have power to change. You don't have the strength to change. It means you are not intelligent. Not you're in MIT or IIT or some IT. If you have the power to change based on what you heard, which is close to truth, it means you're intelligent. If not, you are not. So, Nityananda Prabhu has done it. Definitely for the benefit of Shivananda Sen. But of course, nobody died. The children. So when Shivananda Sen heard what is his faith on Nityananda Prabhu, his wife is crying. He said, "Why are you talking like? Why are you crying? We deserve worse." What a personality Shivananda Sen. Nityananda Prabhu, just because the place was not arranged to stay and the prasad was not arranged, Nityananda Prabhu became angry and he said, "I curse you, your 3 children will die." Who was listening? His wife was listening. Wow. She started crying. First thing we have to do, what if you are there? Because we have a volume of information about Nityananda Prabhu and we are not there, and our bhakti is based on Nityananda Prabhu's grace. Raghunath Das Goswami got that grace, and that promoted Raghunath to become a Raghunath Das Goswami. We know that. All these things will come in picture, and we don't judge at all. But that person who was there, he didn't have knowledge. Shrikanta, his nephew. This is a public display. So Shivananda Sen came and said, "Yes, we deserve this. I have not arranged prasad. I have not arranged stay." But is it true? Why he was stuck? He was actually stuck at paying tolls. We deserve this. And on the top of it, Nityananda Prabhu, when everyone was there, he kicked on the chest of Shivananda Sen. And Shivananda Sen held that feet and said, "No, how fortunate I am just to get the dust from the lotus feet." Wow. And interestingly, this incident did not form groups. Next time when we meet, and different people will interpret differently and become groups. One temple president meeting, Bhakti Marg Swami made a statement. ISKCON Gurupism is growing, he said. What is growing? Gurupism is growing. How to make sure we are immune from that? To the extent you are spiritual, these are all mental. And there is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. How amazing, huh? Dvaite Badra Badra Jnana Sabha Manodharma E Vala E Manda E Sabha Brahma. What a knowledgeable person, Krishnadas Karaj Goswami. E Brahma. What is good karma, what is bad karma is all Brahma. Getting green card is Krishna's mercy. Getting COVID is also Krishna's mercy. Sometimes getting COVID is better Krishna's mercy than green card actually, if you analyze. But if you've understood that, you have gone very far. This verse should be put on all the Hindu temples. Krishnadas Karaj Goswami. Nobody will ever come to the Hindu temples. Astrologers won't be there. Because we have an idea of what is good for us, which may not be good for us. Badra Badra Jnana Sabha Monodharma. If you really interpret this, Yeh Sabha Brahma. After 20 years, you understand, if only I did not get that green card, this thing would not have happened. That day you curse why you got the green card. After this many years, my final conclusion is, at the very face of it, you cannot tell whether it is good or bad for you. Whatever you think is good is actually bad. Sometimes, whatever you think bad is actually good for you. Especially my final conclusion of punya or papa, or my final conclusion of good karma is, if this is bringing me close to Krishna consciousness, yes, it is good karma. If that is taking me away from Krishna consciousness, it is bad karma. Finally, that's what I conclude actually. So my point is, Shrikanta Sen, the nephew was upset. He thinks he's very close to Lord Chaitanya. And that's why he kicked my uncle. He separated himself from the group and went forward ahead to Jagannath Puri. to see Lord Chaitanya. Whenever somebody would see Lord Chaitanya, they would take the upper cloth. Govinda said, hey, remove your upper cloth. Lord Chaitanya said, don't disturb him. But then Shrikanta said, oh, Lord Chaitanya, you know what happened? He's present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Ah. Lord Chaitanya said, don't disturb him. It's okay, he's disturbed. Don't say anything. But rest of the people, they're all Mahabhava devotees. And by this display of anger, Nityananda Prabhu might have removed such a big calamity in his life. When I read it, that's what I read. Because Guru would do like that actually. They are very good actually. Shivananda knew this. That's why community has to grow together. You cannot grow alone, leaving others. Even if you're top, the people around you will spoil your mood. Radhesham made a nice statement. Unknowingly, what I did, I made people come together and read Bhagavatam. You know? And one day, two years ago, I met a brahmachari in India, Chowpatty. I said 25 people would come to my program. Finally, after 1 year of Bhagavad Gita sessions over, only 10 people stayed. And I followed up. These are the people, they read Prabhupada books all this 1 year. Wow. Other people who did not read, who just attend my classes, monodharma. So my class is all mental. Prabhupada is transcendental. My class is mental, but Prabhupada books are transcendental. So anybody who read, they stayed. Who just listened to my class, which is on mental monodharma, they were swept away by the power of Maya. What a philosophical research, Prabhu. You know, what a thesis it is. Now coming back, he cursed and he left. Beauty, Lord Shiva didn't respond. He just sitting there. But then immediately Nandishwar got up. Because these guys, nobody is responding. When great personality is cursed, Prabhupada writes, definitely Nandishwar, there is no wrong. If only Nandishwar confined his cursing to Daksha. But what he did, he spilled over the beans. He extended it further. If only he had cursed, he cursed Shiva. First he cursed Daksha. Hey, you'll get a goat head. Then he said, you guys, and I want to read everyone. Honestly speaking, every line in the purport, in the translation itself is worth doing research. Neglected Lord Shiva because of envy is less intelligent. And because of visualizing in duality, will be bereft of transcendental knowledge. Lord Shiva is a Gunavatara. So we should not be envious of Lord Shiva, then we'll be bereft of knowledge. Not only Lord Shiva, but any sincere devotee, if we are becoming envious, we'll lose our transcendental knowledge. And he's telling pretentiously religious household life in which one is attracted to material happiness and is also attracted to superficial explanation of Vedas, robs one of all intelligence and attaches one to fruitive activities, all in all. So I'll just explain. If your heart is filled with envy, first of all, you'll be bereft of transcendental knowledge. Second thing, you'll be attracted to material happiness. Third thing, you'll be attracted to karma konda portion of Vedas. Fourth thing, you'll lose intelligence. Fifth thing, you'll take shelter of fruitive activities. Wow. Honestly speaking, if somebody thinks it is for outsiders, you're wrong. It is for me. We take shelter of fruitive activity. मेरे को क्या मिलेगा इसमें? What I'm getting out of this? If not getting anything, I know. That is a proof we are envious. That is a proof we don't have sufficient intelligence. 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita. A person whose intelligence is not strong, Rajaguna. So they're all interconnected. If you have envy, you cannot have strong intelligence. If you cannot have strong intelligence, you'll take shelter of fruitive activity. Srila Prabhupada, after Srila Prabhupada left, so many things are added. One person, no names, you may know him also. He resigned recently. It is becoming, very too much Hindu. So the point is, what is that? Again, why people are, first of all, why is this cursing and counter cursing? If you are dissatisfied inside, if your mind and intelligent body, there is no synchronization. There is a dissatisfaction inside, will come out. If they are not in line, in synchronization, they are not synchronized. Actually, that is yoga. If we are not, if truth is we are not Atma Ramas. When we are not Atma Ramas, we want happiness outside. Okay, we have four regulative principles. Just carefully keep the four regulative principles, but other principles. I want to, these four areas, okay, and I will not do it. But I want happiness from here. How many of you listening? Those four doors are closed. Because I took a vow from my guru. Great. But these areas open. This is where I want my happiness. Wow. And what is that? Nate vidu swartha gatimi Vishnu. Durasaya ye bahirardhamanina. Andha idanda yopniyamana depi shadantra urdam nibadda. If your goal of life is not Vishnu, you will be naturally attracted to bahirardhamanina. Money. Definitely money is needed, no doubt. Because who will pay the rent? But to the extent you are not Krishna conscious, that much extent you will be attached. That is the thing. Brahmachari is also attached to the Guru. Sannyasi is also. This is told by Sannyasi in ISKCON actually. Everyone has projects and everyone needs money. I'm quoting a Sannyasi actually. So, but attachment is a problem. To the extent you are not Krishna conscious, that much extent you are attracted to Bahirardha. By outside resources. That person, Prahlad is telling, Andha. Those who have become as dull as matter, actually, sorry, Daksha has accepted the body as is all in all. Therefore, since he has forgotten Vishnupada, is attached to sex life only, within short time he'll have a face of goat. Those who have become as dull as matter by cultivating materialistic education and intelligence, please listen this line. Those who have become as dull as matter by cultivating materialistic education and intelligence are nascently involved in fruitive activities. Where are we all coming from? How many years we studied? 16 plus 4 plus 22. That many years we studied. And then why naturally we are attracted to fruity only. South Africa geography, America geography, and London geography, London history, American history, Indian history. How then after that that mathematics, physics, whatever the different types of engineering. One famous scientist, he said, throughout my life, I analyzed electron, proton, neutron. At the fag end of life, when my life is about to leave me, I'm trying to study, do research about the force that is connecting those. Means what? I'm trying to find Krishna who at the fag end of life. In other words, I'm not finding fault with anybody. Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj, he says, the schools are, the universities are terrorism centers. A fruitive activity. Fruitive activity means we are sending our children, increase your strong sex life. Becoming based on previous verse and become a fruity worker. But for these things to happen nicely, please chant 2 rounds. Don't do more. Because if you put more, probably this career, is it wrong? I say it's not wrong. Why? They have to buy their apartment, they have to pay their, you know. See, in other words, we are also vicious, we have become part of that Kaliga vicious cycle. But to the extent somebody follows sincerely, at least they are protected. To the extent somebody doesn't follow, they are attracted to the glamour of, New York, Dallas, Houston. One person told me honestly, I got a job. I said, I was admitted to LTU, Lawrence Tech. And then after coming here, I realized I fell into this forest, Detroit. So sad. Why I didn't get into NYU, New York City? I really do not know what is there. I mean, of course, it looks beautiful, no doubt, New York. But somehow, after meeting you guys, अभी थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है. Chanting Kirtan Prasad. So, and what is fruitive activity? They continue in the cycle of 24th verse, repeated birth and death. Lord Shiva being attracted to flowery language of enchanting Vedic promises. Oh, thus become dull, always remain attached to fruitive activities. These Brahmanas take to education, austerity, and vows only for the purpose of maintaining body. They shall be devoid of discrimination between what to eat, what not to eat. They will acquire money begging from door to door simply for the satisfaction of body. Today, this is the world actually. Education. What is real education? Vidya, dadati, vinayam. But our education is fruitive. Make money, you'll be happy. If you enjoy sex in 34th floor building, 54th building, 4th floor, 54th floor of the building, I'm sorry. And that is civilization. Who is promoting it? Farmers are promoting that. MITs and IITs are promoting it. One person from IIT told me 95% IITians come to America. Because they think that is happiness. More or less everyone's destination is this. So much suffering. Here nobody realizes that. Just fruitive. So even if you become Krishna conscious, these are there like a virus in our mind. We don't need to talk about any particular Brahman sect. Am I right or not? But the beauty is coming further. What is that? Then Prabhu got up. You will curse us. We can also curse. A person who has power, but no inner strength, he'll create trouble to himself before he creates trouble to the world. Now let me translate that into our level. A person who gets success without inner strength, that success will bring him problems, difficulties. Simple. At the age of 21, 22, you get 100K salary. Hey, you get 100K salary, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Should I take 1 minute and tell you the example? Then you will apply it to yourself and children. How many of you want to?
Yes.
One day, Narayani from the last chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. She cursed, the husband said, his name is Ugratapas, but he is very, he very sexually active. He got leprosy also. But anyway, Narayani convinced this prostitute, you know, prostitute said, well, you're cleaning my home every day. What do you want? My husband wants to enjoy you. Really? Okay, you're such a pativrata. You want your husband to enjoy me. That's why you're doing this. We don't have any money. That's why I'm trying to please you. Bring him. I'll allow. She's no problem. She said. So she put her husband in the basket, and she's taking. The husband put the legs outside. Valakilya Munis, head down, feet up. They were actually holding onto the branches and they were doing tapasya. This person, feet went and touched this Valakilya Munis. When they touched, immediately their tapas was disturbed. They looked down and said, hey, by name, your name is Ugra Tapas, but you're a sense enjoyer. You got leprosy still, your desire to enjoy is not gone. We curse you, you die. You will never see tomorrow's sunshine. As soon as sun comes, first ray comes, you'll fall down. Your head cracks and you die. She heard this Narayani. Hey, what is your problem? I love my husband. I don't have any problem. I want to serve my husband. If you are telling my husband will not see the tomorrow's sun will not rise, she said. She's very chaste wife. Immediately sun stopped. Sun stopped. Then Aruna, that charioteer, said, yes, sun stopped. Strike. Narayani cursed. Cursed means indefinite strike. You don't even give me holiday on Sunday. Aruna said. So then immediately got down the chariot. I told the whole story for this one line. Ready? So now he wants to enjoy where? Right now in Brahma's court, in Brahma's court, there is a dance happening. Sorry, this is not Brahma's court, Indra's court actually. Urvasi is dancing. Chalo. The moment you become free, July 4th weekend is coming. If you are pious, some people will go to Newrana. Somebody is not going anywhere. Where will the mind go? 64 rounds? You are not going anywhere. Where will the mind go? Let us be honest. 64 rounds, right? Huh? Fireworks? The moment you get freedom, free, first times after a long time, July 4th weekend is coming. You're not going anywhere. The whole family is gone everywhere. What you will do? Amazing! Let me take the bead bag and chant 64 rounds. If you do that, you're a Mahatma. Hey, it is not happening to Aruna. Who is Aruna? The person who rides sun god, who takes the sun god around, because of whom we all get the light, otherwise there is no life. The moment Aruna got freedom, Aruna got a leave. Did he pick up the bead bag and chanted 192 rounds? So what is the tendency? Brahma Gunaloka Punaravarti. Why Punaravarti? Because we have a tendency to enjoy. This is there. Yastvindra Gopa Matavendra Mahoswakaram. It is there in Indra, it is there in Indragop also, insect also. We are not immune. So what is Kali Yuga? Fruitive activity. And then these cursing. What is he cursing? One who takes a vow to satisfy Lord Shiva or who follows such principles will certainly become an atheist and be diverted from transcendental scriptural injunctions. Here he cursed, you guys always become fruitive. Karmakanda portions, yajnas, yagas. Today Indians or anybody or other people in the other religions are the fruity only. Indians also fruity only. Who wants pure bhakti? In this darkness, Srila Prabhupada came and lighted the spark. Advaitavad started by Lord Shiva in the Shankaracharya, but earlier Advaitavad is separate. But today, Lord Shiva's followers and Advaitavad became one. Few 10, 15, probably 100 years ago, it was not like that. There are followers of Lord Shiva who are against Advaitavad. But now, if you are a follower of Lord Shiva, you are Advaiti. I am worshipping Lord Shiva. What is your end goal? I want to become one with Brahman. But then where is Lord Shiva? Don't use Lord Shiva as a doormat. I'm for understanding. Shivananda Rupa Shivom, who will say that? Lord Shiva follower only. So Shankaracharya is telling I am Shiva. These people, I am also Shiva. And he is telling, when initiated into the worship of Lord Shiva, they prefer to live on wine, flesh, and other such things. Since you blaspheme Vedas and Brahmanas, it is understood that you have already taken shelter of doctrine of atheism. Doctrine of atheism. Mayavadam asat prachannam bauddham uchyate maya vihitan devi kallau brahmana murtina. That's the reason these are all connected. These are all connected. If you have taken shelter of... So tell me honestly, who will worship Lord Shiva as a devotee of Krishna? Nobody. And majority of Hindus worship Lord Shiva actually. For what? He'll give you all what you want. So in other words, these are the actually, these verses between 22 and 30, the impact is there in Kali Yuga. The simple solution, what the answer, I don't want to waste your time. I'll take only 1 minute. What we have to do? Take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Enichi Aushadhi Maya Nasivaru Lagi Harinam Mahamantra Lautumi Magi. And this verse, this song of, he says, Lord Chaitanya says, you don't find anybody other than any bandhu. Nobody is dear to you than me. I am your best friend. Why? I have brought this Harinam. Follow strictly, sincerely. And make your family members follow sincerely. To that much extent, they become immune. If not, they'll bring trouble to you. Now, the Kali is so powerful. I'm sure, I don't know, but many of you are already facing the effects. We are all facing effects. You agree or not? We may not speak. But to the extent we are sincere, that much extent we are protected. Krishna will arrange everything. Krishna is not just watching and seeing us suffer. No, that's not Krishna. That's not what Krishna is here for. So to the extent we are sincerely, holding onto the lotus feet of spiritual master, the process, sincerity. In our temple, we have 150 people. Why only 15 people come to, why should only 15 people come to Bhagavad class? What happens? I'm not asking anybody to come on Saturday to Monday to Friday. And many are Brahmin initiated. If you do not read, Saraswati Thakur said, without reading, without glorifying the Lord, in the association of devotees, deity worship also takes long time. He said, Harinam takes long time. How to speak of deity worship? Krishna will not come and correct you. Those are Brahmin initiated devotees. Do wrong things, Krishna will come and correct? No, Krishna will not come and correct. So, Sangha, reading, chanting the holy name, to the extent we follow strictly, that much extent, we are protected. If not, we will also be pulled into that. Any question or comment? I'm sorry if I've spoken anything wrong, but thank you. Anything.
Just one point, bro, not a question, but just a contemplation going on this thing. We are on fourth canto now. If we just watch the series from canto 1 to canto 4, Brahmaji is told to do the creation. He does thousands of years of tapasya. And after that, four sons, and then they don't want to do it. After that, Daksha is Vayavara Daksha, and now we are in such a mess. And even further, if we go further, cantos just breaks the faith in material world. What's the point in again and again creation? Every time, thousands years, tapasya, creation, again all this happens. And just seeing the thing which we are seeing in the material world, what should we contemplate on all this?
My simple point, Roji. I mean, His Holiness Radhana Swami says, if you actually, why should we? Gaurang Prabhu said this nice point. If you read Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam will break faith on the material world. And now Radhana Swami point, unless you are convinced there is no pleasure in this world, you cannot become a preacher. There is no happiness in this world. There is no pure pleasure in this world. Every happiness will lead you to suffering only. But my answer is this. Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada process is so nice. The simple Mataji, that story, she says, I'm not a big, nobody knows me. But she chant, Radharani came and took her back to Godhead. 12th canto is where you will get why people worship. One time Indranil Maharaj was telling, it's here only in Detroit temple. Which yoga is the best? These three sages said, one is said Satyuga, second is said third is second Treta, third is said Dwapara. They went to Yasdev. Said Satyam, Satyam, Kala. Ooh, we don't want to hear Kala. Maharaj told very graphically, he took bath. Finally, 3 times it happened. He said, we are not asking you the best worst stage. We don't want to hear the worst stage. We want to hear the best stage. The name Kali, we don't want to hear. Maharaj said, that's what I am telling. Vyasdev said, which one? Kali Yuga. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramrajet. 12th canto, it is said the sages, the devatas are standing in line to take birth in Kali Yuga. 100 years of tapasya. Tulsi Maharani did tapasya 40,000 years. Dhruva Maharaj, of course, 6 months. Dhruva Maharaj is the shortest. Of course, he had that, he ate only leaves, but he stopped breathing. We cannot stop breathing. And all these people, 10,000 years, 20,000 years, eating only leaves. And if there is no Ekadasi pizza, Ekadasi pasta, you'll give up 16 rounds also. We need that. But with all the things, you just follow the process, you can go back to Godhead. You have the example in your home. I have to ask. Kali Yuga is the best. Not that Nardamuni, Valmiki and Ratnakar chanted 60,000 years, Mara, Mara, Mara. Then he was liberated. We don't even chant 60 years. And he was chanting day and night only. Not that he was eating Ekadasi idli, Ekadasi pasta. Last Ekadasi we made idli also. Ekadasi idli, you know that? So, this is the best thing. That is the one reason Maharaj Parikshit allowed Kali to enter. He didn't kill him. Why? Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramrajat. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation. Paramakaruna. Paramakaruna, not ordinary Karuna. Paramakaruna. But if you understand, when Devatas understand, what is that? If you know the value, then you'll put your hand. If you don't know, then you will not. So that is the biggest hope actually. That is my hope also. Initially, we don't realize that. Then when it's a mess, nice point you made it. Or a Daksha lost his head. And he'll take birth in the lineage of Dhruva. There he get offended Nardamuni again. Only Kali Yuga mental offenses are not considered. And I said, thank you for giving me birth in Kali Yuga. If you had made me take birth in other ages, then fifth canto, Kami Bhojana, the 28 hellish regions. With even with physical things, I deserve that, of course. So we should be very grateful that we have taken birth in Kali Yuga, because mental offenses are not considered. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Yuga avatar. He came with Nityananda Prabhu, Saint Srila Prabhupada. So not that we took birth in this very casually, there is some mercy, special mercy. Actually, Nindrida Maharaj one time said, people of Kali Yuga means they are mercy case. I meditated on this million times. Yeah, Maharaj, I agree. I'm a mercy case. So on my own sadhana, I cannot become sadhana siddha. But we have access to Vrindavan. One day I'll tell you, I heard about Radharani. Little detail. I'll stay here. Then I heard about Nityananda Prabhu. Definitely I'll stay here. Nityananda Prabhu is now again. Baddha Jeevala Aramam, Nityananda Ramam, is a shelter of all the fallen souls. Many times I appreciate Indra Prabhu. Indra Prabhu held the feet of Nityananda Prabhu and he left the world. He didn't hold Lord Chaitanya. Nityananda Prabhu is a magnanimous incarnation of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya himself is actually magnanimous, but still. So we need that. We need the mother who can hear or who can ignore our faults. Again, that's all Krishna's trick only. What do you think? Preach. You should give it to others. Just give. Actually, Jai Krishna Prabhu came and said, this Haribol products we are putting in Amazon, this is all prasad. Anybody eats prasad, they'll get benefit. You cannot put Lord Chaitanya's chant 16 not follow for it strictly, then only you'll go back to God. I don't know. Lord Chaitanya, he will decide. But we have to try sincerely though. Okay.
I have a question, Prabhu. Time permits and ask this. You mentioned frequently in the past today about fruitive activities, fruitive work, fruitive workers. So how can we, maybe you can share a little about fruitive mentality in Krishna consciousness. I frequently hear this in lectures with that verse on Prayas Chittam Vimarshanam 6.1.11, where when we do something for the Lord, we expect something in return. Even if it's a small activity, there is a thing of the fruitive mentality of what will we get in return from Krishna. Is that kind of a fruitive mentality even in devotional service? Maybe if you can, this is for condition.
Prabhuji, fruity means what is in it for me. What is in it for me? That is fruity mentality. There is saying Swami Karyam, Swakaryam also. You know what it means? Swami Karyam, Swakaryam. Swami Karyam, Swakaryam means there is a saying actually in South India. The patient asked for sweet rice, doctor prescribed sweet rice. Thank you. This one instruction I'll follow. ये अच्छा लग रहा है. Why? I love sweet rice, but not Kerala sabji though. So Swamikarya Swakarya means by going there, I do bhakti, but I have my fruit also in that. For example, you have a shop right opposite to the temple. Then you will speak on Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam 10 times. Don't go to see Krishna empty-handed. Kuch leke jao. Always offer something. You should not go empty-handed to see sadhus and Krishna. But of course, our story is here. And you can acquire things. You heard something called halal? I hope nobody puts this on the internet, What? Okay, then I'll not speak. It is offered, and like for example, in India, Durga, they offer it, meat. It's offered. Sanctified. Sanctified. Perfect. You know? So thing is, what is that? What simple, I don't need to speak this much. What is in it for me? If that mentality is there, that is fruitful. You know? But truth is that we cannot practice, we are not on that pure devil service. Third canto Bhagavatam, one day only you asked last time that bhakti in mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. We are, that's true, we are there like that. Pure devotees means anya abhilash. We are not there. But honestly, we continue doing, and that sincerity will purify you. That's what I can tell. But don't offend devotees. Don't criticize others as much. Don't offend devotees. That's what the second one.
Second question I have is, you also mentioned that the among the Vaishnavas, like who is worshipping Lord Shiva, like one sentence you said about it. And just a thought came, Prabhu, that are the Vaishnavas probably the true worshippers of Lord Shiva? We have a Rudra Sampradaya as through Vishnu Swami.
True.
And here in the Bhagavatam, the 24th chapter, Lord Shiva is speaking the glories of Krishna through the Chetasa, called the Rudra Gita. And where there is so much glorification of Lord Krishna, it is so nice to read as well. So that means like those who have accepted the reality of the existence of Lord Shiva, his position, his glories. So that means that the Vaishnavas are the true worshippers of Lord Shiva.
True. That's it. As simple as that. Because we know the philosophy, we know where's Lord, we know the position of Lord Shiva. And Nityananda Prabhu went to South India. And Nityananda Prabhu kicked, that's a word that is used. Honestly speaking, you are from South India, you know better than I do actually, especially Tamil Nadu. There's a strict, they have a enmity actually. Srikalahasti, Vishnu Kanchi, Shiva Kanchi, side by side. But these guys don't go there, those guys don't come here. So if you have this, this. One day, two people happened to stay in the same home and they slept. Then one guy said, see, in India those days, this is long pillars. Those days there were no slabs. So they're like wooden poles, right? That Sri Vaishnava said, this home is supported by the long wooden pillars only. How sweet those long pillars are. This whole roof is, that guy said, definitely not. Can you see the cross ones? This home is supported by cross ones only. In the middle of the night, then they start arguing. No, the strong. No. So the point is, Nityananda Prabhu said, Lord Shiva is the Mahabhagavad devotee. Sadasiva is there in the spiritual world. Sankarshan comes from Sankarshan. Vaishnavana Yatasimbhu. And he told the Shaivites, hey, why don't you know or don't understand Shiva's position? And he told the same thing. Both the parties are not sufficiently educated. Prabhupada mentions it actually. When Daksha was cursing some neophyte, Prabhupada mentioned neophyte Vaishnavas are happy. That is wrong. The problem is bhakti is one-pointedness. They know, both the parties know that. Bhakti is one-pointedness, Krishna only, that's perfect. That's why people of Vishnu Kanchi will not go to Shiva Kanchi, people of Shiva Kanchi will not go, that is fine. But when you come across, that is wrong. Antagonization is wrong. Because when you know the position, actually, I was working, I wrote a question to Rampa Swami. My question is there in the inquiries of Absolute. When we look for a sannyasi, when a sannyasi comes, I run to take his association. On Shivratri, why Shivratri is not celebrated in ISKCON, I asked. somewhere you search my question will be there because I retyped. Maharaj responded. Maharaj said, Shivaratri we glorify Lord Shiva. We remember all his glories on that day. But we don't do what others do in India. Whole night being awake and playing cards. So that is not, he didn't say that. That's my addition. I used to do that. So thing is, best thing is glorify Lord Shiva as a Vaishnava. So a person giving respect to that person in relation to his post and position is perfect. Don't inflate, don't reduce. Understanding or not? Then that is perfect. But the problem is many people do not know what it is. When you are not equipped with the right knowledge, then the problem will come.
But on the other side, this is from some Purport and Chaitanya Charitamrita where Prabhupada cites Madhvacharya. And there he says that like the 18 Mahapuranas, they are like divided into 6 in the mode of goodness, 6 in the mode of passion, 6 in the mode of ignorance. But all those Puranas which are in the mode of goodness, they're all like Bhagavatam, Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana, Garuda Purana. So they're all exclusively on the devotional service to Vishnu. But then those in the mode of ignorance, by and large, they are to do with Lord Shiva. That means that so Madhvacharya was saying that those in mode of ignorance, they also need some kind of a worship. And so the Shiva Puranas, Lord Shiva's worship will take them to a certain stage, kind of a thing. So how do we reconcile these two, like the Vaishnava's worship of Lord Shiva versus those which are given to people in the mode of, like people in mode of ignorance? By and large, we see so many demons in the scriptures. They have worshipped Lord Shiva. So what are they getting? It is just like some immediate result, probably, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, that's it. Actually, one time, that is the answer, simple answer. What if Puranas are not there? And all the people in between, we all would have become atheistic. These Puranas are embedded only to provide the step-by-step elevation. Hey, you're in mode of ignorance. All right, you worship this way, that's fine. Or in Rajagun, that is fine. And Sattvagun, this is fine. You elevate yourself before you reach the pure goodness. Before you reach pure bhakti. Puranas are like, they are given so that you will step by step elevate yourself.
There is one class by Hari Parshad Prabhu specifically on that, talking about don't break the faith of people who are practicing the.
Who should not, exactly. Yes.
Guruji, as you said, we have to elevate step by step. And in this purport also we have seen that Vedavada, the people are too much attached to the flowery language of Vedas and they don't make progress in holy name or Shuddha Bhakti. So this is, my failure to convince some of the Brahmanas. They were irregularly attending our Bhakti Riksha actually last year and all. So what happened is, there is a too much attachment for fruitive activities, giving in a Vedas. Generally people born in Brahman family, but they are not following this Vaishnavism. So the thing is that the discussion was on Satyanarayana Puja, So I heard from 2 Brahmanas in our society who become great Vaishnavas now. So they told that in Pune and so many areas in India, the Brahmanas had some rajas where they were, on the mercy of king they were there. And when that Rajashray is gone, they decided themselves that we can, write some for puja of Satyanarayana and all. But I thought it is very early to bring to this Prabhu's when I was preaching to this Brahmana thing. Because Operation Successful Patient, I don't want to go in that zone. So I just asking that how to deal with these people who are too much attached to fruitive activities. So is that any step-by-step elevation program for ISKCON for them also? Because we directly talk about Shuddha Bhakti, directly talk about holy name. So sometimes they get offended. They think that we know most of the Vedic things and all from Vedashala.
No, thank you. Prabhuji, simple thing is we should pray for them. Give them prasad. My experience, if you're rich, you'll not become that much proud. But if you're intelligent people have problem coming to Krishna consciousness. Whichever side, materially or spiritually. I mean, materially or the Vedic people. One time Gauranga Prabhu asked me, how many Brahmanas are there in ISKCON? How many Brahmanas are there in ISKCON? The moment you know some mantras, you think you're better than others. If you're intellectually, what is that, work-wise, when you go to office, the machine, he came to solve the problem. If you're very successful in the work, when you're very satisfied, very little chance you come to bhakti. I tried my best to one doctor. He said, Yugal Kishore ji, I'm very satisfied. Apart from getting money. With one operation of $40,000, they can come to me after surgery, they can walk. And they worship me. So that's why I'm very happy giving money to you people, and I cannot chant all these things. And I never understood Bhagavad Gita. I could not go beyond second chapter. Why? Very satisfied. Intellectually. These farmers and all, they're innocent. They look for rain. That's why they're prone, naturally inclined. One day I was doing book distribution 99 in Srirangam with all the Russians. One person came. With a powerful English, he said, anybody is here to argue with me? In 5 minutes, I can defeat all of you. He told these Russians. He used the word, I can poof puff you, he said. This Russian, he said that. Thank you. I don't want to waste my time. Wow, that is answer. So when you're coming back, my point to you, kirtan, prasad, and pray for them. Fruitive activity will lead to atheism. They are prone to the other foreign religions than pure bhakti. So sad. Why? Whatever is written here. So give them prasad. And that's it. Should I tell you one thing? Until I read Bhagavad Gita, I never knew Bhagavad Gita is great. Many times I told this. Childhood, many times I said that. Evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati yopamayatan. Amazing. Yajurveda, Suklaveda, Krishna Yajurveda was. And there are some people, I'm from Shimachalam actually, South India. My home is 20 minutes. They just read only this, nothing else. Traigunya Vishayada Nistraigunya Bhavarjana, Nirdvando Nityasattvato, Niryokshama Atmavan. Hey, they speak of flowery words of don't be tempted with flowery words of Vedas. And anybody Brahmana, hey, they read Vedas, Shukla Vedam. Hey, read Bhagavad Gita, but Krishna is telling, don't be tempted with the Vedas. One day I took, I'll not tell his name. I took him to Mayapur. I was in Mayapur. And I told Mayapur principal, this person has a lot of money. So present your school, he'll give money. And she came all the way, putting a lot of faith in me. And this is our international school. So why don't you introduce Vedas in your school? Because you don't know what is there in that. You never read Bhagavad Gita. It is all superficial. If you know few words, few people are coming and listening to you, you're a pure devotee. But you have no interest to go deeper. Many Indians, they don't know Bhagavatam. If they know South Indians, if they know Bhagavatam, only Bhagavatam has only one story, Prahlad, because a movie came. That's it. What is South Indian knowledge of Bhagavatam? All glories to that personality who shot the movie on Prahlad. That's it. Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means one. Many people told me Bhagavatam means only Prahlad story is there, right? No. Other stories are there. Some people little bit knew. Gajendra story is also there because Gajendra Moksham is famous. When you become sick, you will read Gajendra Moksham. So this is India. Bhagavan Maharaj says we are sitting in the burnt out remnants of Vedic culture. There is no Vedic culture. A jal gaya bread hai. There is no Vedic culture at all in India. When I read it, first time I said I read Vedas. Why? I read Bhagavad Gita. And let's not waste time. It's late. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. So, I can tell many more things, but book distribution, uh, you're doing it. I'll tell one more story, should all. This told by, should I tell? In Haridwar, Rishikesh. Haridwar, which is topper? I mean higher. Rishikesh. Okay, Rishikesh. Once in a year. Once in a year, festival happens. 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh people go there. There is one sannyasi. His name is Devra Baba. And the story told by Bhagavan Maharaj. And he asked Radhana Swami, do you know him? Radhana Swami said, yes, I know him. Once in a year, festival happens. Devra Baba doesn't wear clothes. He's 400-year-old. How many years? 400-year-old. He doesn't wear clothes. But once in a year, he comes before, he gives public audience. That's why people go. Because Devra Baba is a very accomplished sadhu. So if he blesses you, he'll become free from your diseases. Because he's naked, you cannot go close. So a table is put, so you can see him only from bottom, you cannot see him, top only you can see him. And they'll put a stick to that stick, that loudspeaker they put it, because people can hear. So few lakhs of people come. And Bhagavan Maharaj and party went to see him. Because, very, very accomplished sadhu. Said, why you guys come every year? I cannot really end your karma. He pointed towards Bhagavan Maharaj. These guys, they can teach you how to burn your karma. These guys, they can teach you how to burn your karma. I can only give blessings, I can take a little here and there. You go to them, they will teach you how to burn your karma. Ishwai pointing to, that is how his lecture went. At the end, now the prasad, what is prasad? He puts his hand on the books. And if you take the book, because there is no touch from Devra Baba, right? You need his touch in the form of book. That book is sold for 150 rupees. What are these books? Bhagavad Gita. And he said, if you want to burn your karma more, you distribute Bhagavad Gitas. You buy these books and you distribute. That's what they are about telling. Bhagavan Maharaj says, I have to learn the greatness of my Guru after, I have to come all the way to learn the greatness of my Guru, who introduced me to book distribution when I was 16. Devaraba is telling you distribute Bhagavad Gita, they are buying to get his touch. But he is telling, what is Devarababa's thing? He wants to gain Krishna's grace by distributing Bhagavad Gita. Just because he puts his hand on the Bhagavad Gitas, they're all sold because few lakhs of people were there. So your Bhagavad Gita book distribution or Prabhupada book distribution is much more than anything to burn your bad karma and make progress in bhakti. Prabhuji, let me tell you, anything Prabhupada introduced is directly from Bhagavatam. Whether it's Bhagavatam class or prasad or anything, So Sunday feast, it's all given in Bhagavatam. Names are different, of course. So my point to you, any one of the angas, if they're attracted to prasad, they're attracted to kirtan, attracted to Bhagavatam, if they buy the book, their bhakti account is open. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. I'm ending now. Please, actually everyone on the call, Chandramouli Maharaj is coming and doing seminar how to enhance your bhakti based on nectar of instruction. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, falling at your lotus feet, I request you to please come and attend and fill the temple. Otherwise, only the 4 walls are here.